The Wounded Lion, Manchester United is taking Brentford tomorrow. That is Wednesday at Old Trafford. Obviously, Ten Hag is looking to avenge after that 2-0 loss away at Newcastle. Guess what? It's a very huge game that's going to be played at Old Trafford. Remember, in all of the games we've played in the Premier League this season, we've only lost one at Old Trafford, and that came in the first competitive game that Erik Ten Hag managed as a permanent manager of Manchester United. Welcome to United Matters channel. We are here to bring you the match preview of Manchester United versus Brentford. So guys, keep it a point that you really subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and United Matters channel is the YouTube channel, and obviously let's see close to 200 likes smashed on this video and obviously see it go places. Now we are really coming in through to talk about Brentford that drew 3-3 with they are playing which team? Let me see. Brentford over the weekend drew 3-3 with Brighton. That's it. So Ivan Toney is in a fantastic form, and he scored his 16th goal of the season, 16th, 17th, one of those, and he's really very flying for a team known as Brighton. When we look at Manchester United, we've taken 3 games without scoring a single goal, and I think this time around this is the game for us to erupt again, because the last fixture played at Old Trafford against Brentford, that was last season, we beat them by 3-0. It was Bruno Fernandes, then Ronaldo took a penalty, and Rafael Varane scored his first goal for Manchester United. And I think it was a free kick, and he headed it to the back of the net. That is Rafael Varane. So as it stands, we are having a very good edge over a team known as Brentford as far as the head-to-head stats are really concerned. We've played 16 games, and United have gone ahead to win 8 out of the 16, and obviously that shows that we've got a lion's share of the wins. And ever since they returned to the Premier League, that is in the season of 2021-2022, we managed to beat them in both legs. Though this season, Ten Hag's second game was against Brentford away at their stadium, and he suffered a humiliating loss of 4-0. That made a very huge turning point for Manchester United, because in the next game we hosted Liverpool and we beat them by 2-1 at Old Trafford. So it is just a scenario of Erik Ten Hag going in through to the needful and obviously get back to winning ways, because it's a shaming for a team like Manchester United for having gotten 1 out of the possible 9 points in the previous 3 games, and us being in a position of not having scored a goal. You get 7-0 against Liverpool, 0-0 against Southampton, and 2-0 against Newcastle. That is really abysmal, and to me it's a fiasco that Erik Ten Hag needs to rectify us up. Now, let's go to the team of Manchester United, who is not available. Donny van de Beek, Eriksson, who else? Who else is injured? Casemiro is suspended, but the rest of the players are really available. We're having a boost of Anton Martial, having played 30 minutes in the game of Newcastle. I think he is really another big boost that we're having in at Manchester United. And Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez taken off. No report has been given to us that they are injured, and I think they're going to be part of that game of football. When you look at Brentford, the players they're really going to miss out on include the following: Keane Lewis Porter and Ajay are really going to be out, obviously, and Baptiste returns, and the rest of the players are really available. And their leading top scorer, Ivan Toney, is also available to really play into that game that's going to be held at Old Trafford. It's going to be a very threatening fixture between Manchester United and Brentford. But to me, I believe at Old Trafford, you fancy United to go on and really win the game. Not so, because that has been turned into a foot race by Erik Ten Hag, and teams like Barcelona have fallen, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. Every team has almost fallen, apart from Southampton and Newcastle that have managed to go ahead and really collect draws, and Brighton that collected 3 points from us that season. And it shows you that if our team was really starting off on a good go, would have gone ahead to have collected some extra 15 points. You know, I remember against Brighton, if at all you had really if at all Ten Hag had been backed very well, would have gone ahead to collect those points, collected more 2 against Newcastle and more 2 against Leeds and more 2 against Southampton, meaning that we've dropped 6 points in draws at Old Trafford and 3 points. When you add those, they mount up to 9 points. You add them to the 50 we're having right now, we are almost 60 points. So it shows you that we would be like 12 points off the table leaders, that is Arsenal. But it's very much annoying that we are 22 points behind Arsenal. So let's get into the predicted starting 11 as me and the team of United Matters channel came up with here onto this channel. As you guys might like button, you comment and share. Now, in the previous game that we played against Newcastle, it was David De Gea, Dalot, Martinez, Varane, Shaw, Scott McTominay, Sabitzer, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, Weghorst, and Marcus Rashford. I believe changes are really going to be made because heads need to roll, having lost to Newcastle, and the manager told us that we lost that game because of lack of passion and intensity. Newcastle, we are relentless, and United, some of the players really never worked hard. And as I told you that if you don't work hard as a unit, you lose a game. That's it. Now, let's go to the team and see the possible changes that Erik ten Hag might make as we play Brentford at Old Trafford. The system of Erik ten Hag is always unchanged. It's a 4-2-3-1. That is what he has always shown us as his system that he really fronts and against his army. In goal, I think David De Gea is going to retain his position. Pulled up close to 3 worldies when playing Newcastle. Would have gone ugly, by the way, if it was not him. He really put in a very fantastic performance in there for you. Though 2 goals went past him, but none of the goals that went in you go ahead and really blame David De Gea for. That's it. So David De Gea is going to start in goal and is going to maintain his position. At the right back, it was Diego Dalot that played 90 minutes, and I was shocking that I never saw Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So to me, I believe at Old Trafford, if at all Aaron Wan-Bissaka is okay, he might come in through and really play into that position because he's going to be facing, is it Mbeumo? Mbeumo is really a very fast player, but you never know, even Ten Hag might maintain Dalot playing into that position. But obviously, I'm highly anticipative of Aaron Wan-Bissaka to start on the right side. When you go to the left back, Luke Shaw played there, and I think the manager is going to maintain him in this game because against Everton, I believe it's going to be Tyrell Malacia, but this game, I think Shaw is going to come in through. We are going to be playing at Old Trafford. We want to get a win ever since we won the Carabao Cup in the Premier League. Remember, 3 games, no win, 1 draw, 2 losses. We need to front the best of the best to come in through and really get the job done and dusted. In the central defense, I don't see it untampered with. That's it. Unless otherwise Varane is injured, but if at all the manager confirms him fully fit, I think it's going to be Rafael Varane playing on the right side of the central defense and Lisandro Martinez playing on the left side of the central defense, obviously being commanded by David De Gea. So that is the back 5 I expect Erik ten Hag to go with to face a side of Brentford at Old Trafford. The midfield, the double pivot had Bruno Fernandes and Sabitzer. Then Scott McTominay was playing ahead of them. This time around, I believe it's going to be Fred is returning, according to me, alongside Marcel Sabitzer. That's what I believe the manager is going to do. And I'm going to be so much shocked if at all Scott McTominay gets a nod or a starting nod into this team. I'm going to be shocked if Scott McTominay gets a starting nod and Freddie doesn't start, because I really don't want to see Bruno Fernandes being played into the double pivot in the deep lying areas of the midfield. I don't want to see him there because he's petulant, he's sloppy, and you saw him in the game of Newcastle. He gave the ball away twice. In the game of Fulham that we played in the FA Cup at Old Trafford, he gave the ball away close to 3-4 times. You get? But because of the brilliance of Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane, they saved us on the day. So I don't want to see Bruno Fernandes played into the double pivot anymore, close to our defense. I want him to be played into the number 10 or the central attacking midfield. That's where I want Bruno Fernandes to be played, because we get a lot from him when he's playing to that position than when he's played into the double pivot. You get? So to me, I believe it should be like that. The midfield 3 should be Sabitzer and Fred at the base of the midfield, then Bruno Fernandes to be playing on the tip of the midfield as a central attacking midfielder. Now, the most sensitive position right now at Manchester United, because to me it's the most competitive position at United as it stands, because we are having very many contenders: Anthony, Jadon Sancho, and Facundo Pellistri. You get? But you have a feeling that maybe Pellistri might be started into this game, because in the games that Anthony has been brought on as an impact substitute off the bench, has gone ahead to really serve the role that Ten Hag has brought him on for. So you might be having that thought that maybe Anthony is going to be benched and Pellistri is going to come in through or Sancho. But Sancho, I think he costed us a lot because he doesn't track back, and I think the manager cannot risk him in this game of football as we play Brentford, a game that is going to be requiring a lot of intensity and hard work. So I believe this lad is going to start. I think Anthony is going to start off the right attacking side of the midfield because he tracks back very well, and I don't want to see him break off every time he has really won the ball and really running to the 18-yard box area of the opponent, and he broke off. You saw him a lot in the game of Newcastle when he was really doing that a lot. You know, you've taken off ban and then you cut and then you break. You get? I hate that. You rather run in the 18-yard box area and obviously break into the 18-yard box area, because there is a lot of threat from you, because if at all anything is done on you, it's a penalty, meaning that they'll give you all the time to do the needful and not really foul you, according to me. That is Anthony on the left attacking side of the midfield, the worst player for me in the game of Newcastle. Marcus Rashford is going to lead the line. Is going to play as the left attack midfielder. He was the worst player for me in the game of Newcastle. He looked bad. Not tracking back on several occasions, not able to take off players. I don't know what was wrong with Marcus Rashford. Amidst the entire team really looking bad, but him being the poster boy, you get? He would have gone ahead to really do a moment of magic, at least show to it that he is the threat coming in from Manchester United. So I believe Marcus Rashford needs to raise his form up and really fine-tune himself in this game of Brentford and obviously score against them. Then, who is leading the line? Wout Weghorst has been playing the rest of the 19 games that's coming through, and Martial has been injured. Now, Martial has been out since the 1st of February, and he returned onto the 2nd of April, meaning that it has been 2 months of him out, fully fit. And Erik ten Hag has a decision to make, to start with Anton Martial or Wout Weghorst. Martial, having played 30 minutes in the game of Newcastle, I think he has all what it takes to play a part into this beautiful game of football. And I see him starting for Manchester United at Old Trafford. So Martial is going to come in through to lead the line for me, because we know that each and every time he's leading the line, United plays better. You saw it very well when you're playing Newcastle. He came on through, dropping deep, playing with his back to goal, inclusive play that really allows other players to really grow so much into the game. So I think him starting the game of Brentford will give us a lot of threat as far as our front three is concerned. And then Brentford will also be knowing that there is a fast, talented player that is leading the line for Manchester United. And you know how Rashford and Anthony find themselves into better position of scoring by the space created by Anton Martial, because Martial drops deep, because he has a very good ball holding ability and he's press resistant. He just gets that ball and finds himself in positions of attracting very many people to him, hence opening up doors, all spaces, all lanes for Marcus Rashford and Anthony. So to me, that's my prediction starting 11 Manchester United, and I believe if at all we start like that, a win is going to be guaranteed at Old Trafford, and we are going to win the beautiful game of football. So my prediction for this game, 3-0 Manchester United. That's it. 3-0 Manchester United. I know Brentford is really a very huge team. I have to respect it. They are coming in at Old Trafford. They are relentless. They are really a pressing team. You know, they are going to really play a counter-attacking game of football. And you know what they do? They sit back and hit you on the break using Bueno Da Silva and Ivan Toney Pace. I know I respect them. But we've taken 3 games without winning. This should be like a redemption of Manchester United. We should revive ourselves in this beautiful game of football, and we should put this team onto bed in a very, 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 very quick time. Most importantly, the first goal is important, because if we score fast, like in the first half, that will really mean Brentford have to open up. Obviously, they're going to come in sitting back, playing a low block and hitting us on the break. That's how they're going to come in through to play. That's going to be their game plan, and Thomas Frank, the manager, always has that to do. But how do you unlock that? Find yourself onto the score sheet fast. When you find yourself on the score sheet fast, obviously their game plan will have to change. It will have to change immediately, and they'll be having to attack Manchester United. So I believe it's really going to be a very beautiful game for Manchester United, and we can really give them a game that they really deserve, because in their previous in the away fixtures that Brentford has gone ahead to play, Everton beat them by 1-0. They went away and beat Southampton by 2-0. They drew away with Brighton 3-3. Now, for our last home fixtures, I think I'm talking about Manchester United. We had to beat Southampton, Leicester City, and Leeds. Is it? Yeah. 2 draws and 1 win. So we need to register another win immediately, because we are really a team that deserves to be having the best of results in here for you. So guys, your thoughts on to United versus Brentford are welcome in the comment section below. And Wokan David is my name. My prediction is 3-0. 3-0 Manchester United. I know we have to erupt on the day. Martial leading the line is going to make us really more threatening as far as our front three is really concerned. I think Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Martial have that built DNA in them. They understand themselves. Well. They read themselves like a book. They've been playing together since 2020 January. Those are close to 3 years, and you know how that combination really does its stuff each and every time. Three of those players really are playing together. So I see a lot of things happening in there for you, and I'm waiting for your reactions into the comment section below. That is my starting 11. I don't know who do you put out and who do you put in. I leave it out for you. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. For my Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem. Bye bye.